My name's Sam Simpson. I'm a senior cinematic artist here at Creative Assembly, and I was the primary cinematic artist working on the Vampire Coast trailer.
My name is Bonnet. I'm a senior cinematic animator at Creative Assembly, and I've been at Creative Assembly for 4.5 years now. Our range of animation goes from bespoke new characterful pieces that serve the story to polishing up in-game assets to make sure that they work within the camera. So in pre-production, we do storyboard, then we do live action, and then motion capture that goes into production.
A lot of the time we'll do previs with a Rippermatic or an Animatic. We'll use our various tools to sort of funnel into getting a Rippermatic together so that we can show people what we're thinking and getting our ideas down. But I find that storyboards give me a much clearer vision of what I want the final cameras and the final movements to see, and where I can position characters on screen. I think for me and then for everyone else, it gives a much clearer vision of what's going on in my head onto screen, essentially. So when storyboarding, we started off by thinking about how and where we can put Harkin and what he can do, and we sort of toyed around with this idea of having him in a tavern and he's talking to Bretonian damsel or something like this, and it sort of got a bit away from what actually happens in the game. So we had to sort of rethink what we were going to do. We ended up thinking about this Slan Gold quest and what he could be doing, and so we sort of started playing with the idea of him digging up the treasure, and then we storyboarded him digging this treasure on this beach, and then this turned into actually some ships turning up whilst he's digging, and they're firing over his head, and then it also turned into there just happened to be a massive battle going on behind him in the storyboard, and it was kind of then revealing that towards the end. For me, the interesting bit was one of Harkin's side quests in the game is to restore his mind. When you play as him in the campaign, you'll notice that his personality changes a lot, and one of the side missions is obviously to go and get these lizardman trinkets to fight for the Slan Gold, to put himself back together, and I thought that was a bit more of an interesting route to take the trailer rather than focusing on the big mythical beast.
To make the animations we need for a trailer such as Vampire Coast trailer, we need Motion Builder and Maya. Motion Builder is there to process the motion capture that we record in our in-house studio. And then Maya is there for us to put our traditional skills in hand key animation on top of the motion capture to enhance it and push the quality of the performance. That's when we do live action that we decide really what we want the characters to act like. For example, for Harkin, when he's on the beach and he's digging, at the start of the trailer, he's digging quite casually, not putting too much effort into it. And then as the trailer goes along, it goes a bit more insane and a bit more crazy. So that's what we decided to do, of course, with the storyboard at the start, but then the acting itself got pushed within the live action.
One piece at a time. We will put ourselves back together.
Mocap is the next step of the trailer making process, and I have to then go up to the studio and getting the character of whoever I'm playing, and sometimes it might just be a normal human guard and that's easy enough, but when it's a schizophrenic vampire pirate, there's other sort of quirks that you have to put in there that you might not originally think of, but when you start doing it and you start playing as him, these sort of little extra bits come out where you might put a little twitch in there because that's what he'll do. And it's things like that that really bring the character and the trailer to life in the end.
Within our animation process, we've got motion capture editing and hand key animation. So any biped human-shaped performance we need to create, we'll have to go through motion capture because that's going to make our life easier. Anything that's going to be more creature-oriented is going to need to be hand-keyed or heavily edited. Luther Harkin has been fully mocapped for the trailer, but then characters like the Mongol, for example, or the Rotting Leviathan had to be made all by hand because, of course, you can't mocap a crab. It's not very possible. So the cinematic animator role on a trailer like the Vampire Coast is to breathe life into the characters and to bring performance to the characters to be true to themselves. So for example, Harkin is a pirate, is a bit twisted, crazy, multiple personalities and stuff. So yeah, that was a really interesting character to work on, and we really wanted to push his performance and just make him super believable. So lip sync for the character It means that we take the sound that's being recorded from the actor,
Fortune favors the infamous.
put it in our scene, and then we listen to it, scrub through it, and then we pose the character for him to look like he's saying the line. So that's what we had to do for the Fortune favors the infamous shot.
So I think the Vampire Coast has been so successful because I don't think people knew that they wanted vampire pirates until we showed them the Necrofex Colossus and all these amazing units that the devs have made. And they've really brought the faction to life with things like the Morgels and the animated Hulks and the rotting Leviathans and all these creatures that people have never seen before. And it's a real testament to the team that they make my job so easy. All I have to do is show these cool units doing cool things, and it just makes for a really successful trailer.
It was a bit of a slog, but it was worth it.
With tattered sails and incredible tales, we're